Well, I feel like we have to start with Kellan Boylan tonight. Just outstanding effort, broke some records. Just what do you think led into such an amazing night for him?
Well, that's what I just said to Jim Arthur on the radio. The one positive, can be that maybe, Kellan, who started the year having never played and has grown and gotten better, but obviously, has always had a little questioning of himself in there. Maybe as he's learned to, defensively not question this, rebounding wise, not question just the physicality of the game, learn all those things. It's been evident through the year that, he's always been a little hesitant sort of offensively, which is why they didn't guard him tonight, but point is we shoot every day in practice. We've worked really hard in his shooting. He's worked really hard on it. That's why we do it. And I'm just hopeful for him, individually that he now knows, it's not like the coach said, hey, shoot it or whatever. You now know, you know what, I can make a shot. I'm a good shooter, and I'm going to play from here on out knowing that, and I'm going to play that way every game. And if that's true, then, we got a 6'6" sophomore who just continues to grow, and that's all part of this process. It's all part of this process as you keep going forward. So that, I'm hopeful and that's what I said after the game, that's one positive from the night is, okay, I don't think teams can say I'm not going to guard Kellan, and more importantly, when they do, beat him this way, beat him that way, and make a shot. And now Kellan could be the kind of guy who maybe over time, well, he's pretty hard to guard then. So that is, positive, and he has to, believe that and then keep working and keep building on it.
Rough night for the other 7 players who entered the game. Just what made it hard for them offensively?
Well, there's no excuses, but, Reedus gets credit for playing tonight. He was like dead. Last 2 days unbelievably sick, like brutal flu. And he gets tons of credit for going out there trying to play and help the team. But, there's no question we didn't have Reedus Petritis tonight. It was a facsimile of him. And obviously that hurts, because his energy and whatever that is, as Kellan's playing, making shots, we could have fed off that a little bit. And Bo's same, he's a little bit not as bad. But obviously being hit with it. And, like I said to the guys after the game, we need every guy to play well, you know what I mean? And that's just the fact. That's the way it is. And again, the main talk before the game was the scouting report. The main talk was, okay, you got this guy, Wenzel, who you got to stop him from getting threes, right? And then we knew we had to guard. There are other 2 guards who take the majority of their shots. And we did a really good job on Griffin in the first half. We did a really good job for the whole game, but Wenzel, and same thing last game, 53 for Fresno State, 5 and 6 threes for 2 guys who, you got to take that away. He made them, but you know what? When you go out there, a guy like that goes out there and he gets 8 of them and he never has to dribble the ball one time. Well, you're going to find that's why we're saying don't give him any threes because he makes them. Give him credit for making them. But right at that juncture, he was making them, and then we got lax on Griffin one time. Can't get lax ever, and it's like that sort of energy is on. That's the number one word on the board, and it's an energy and like a committedness, that energy towards, we got to learn, well, that guy's not getting any threes because at the end then they don't have 18 points. And now maybe the kid Walters, who played well, but maybe, okay, well, his 20 or 22 don't matter as much anymore because Wenzel doesn't have his. And you can't take away everything. And every one of these teams in this league ultimately comes down to, and some more than others, but everyone is like ISO basketball. Find the matchup they want against Air Force. Find the matchup they want. And that's why we got to be good at what I'm saying, because it's not the stuff they're running. It's not, wow, look at that beautiful oven. Geez, how do you guard that stuff they do? No, it's just, no. How do you guard that guy? And I thought we did a pretty good job on 13 for the most part. Now, he might be the kind of guy who's a little hard because he can dance around with the ball and do all these things. But overall, okay, if you take away Wenzel and he's forced to do that over and over again, well, now you're making him sort of score the way we want him to score. And we have to get better at that. And we got to have the energy for that. And I thought, like, during that time, we looked a little tired. I know Reedus is tired. I know Bo's tired. But I know, and somewhere in there, making yourself play well is having that energy to execute that scouting report. Then I'm going to the bench for the right reason. I'm taking a guy like that out of the game because he needs a blow, because he's playing really well. He's locked in, and we got to get to that point where, all right, I'm subbing for that reason instead of the guy, he's not playing. No, we got to sub for pot, and that means every guy's got to sort of develop that mentality, and it's every game. It's every game. It's just a different name for a different school name.
You mentioned Walters. He had a really good second half, and it appeared there were some frustrated players when guarding him. Did you feel like he kind of got into you guys' heads a little bit toward the end of the game?
I mean, I think, again, if he's down there doing that, obviously, like right now we probably have two guys who physically, will be able to hold their ground and not let that happen. And you got to do that so that you make a referee call a foul on him. We didn't do that. But again, if Wenzel's not getting those threes and that's what they're resorting to that over and over again, well, a couple times we did do the right thing and he had to shoot and score some other way and he missed. And then you got to get the rebound, but that's another scouting report thing. Like, no, you're not going to score that way. And we just got to get better at that. Obviously, you got to get stronger. You can't surrender that ground. That's a physical sort of mano type thing. So now again, we got to learn because we'll be playing these guys again. And next time we play them, well, what's going to happen with Walter's next game? What's he going to do as the game plan will be the same? How much will we improve at executing our scouting report as that's what they'll be doing again?
Well, Kellan, Troy said it. Great game out there. Just how are you feeling it? What felt comfortable out there?
It was kind of the coaches instilling in me, like, be confident. Coach Metz let me know before the game that they might be, sagging off of me a little bit. And so just having confidence to shoot the ball and knowing that we practice every single day shooting. So it kind of felt like practice, just stepping in, making my shot one at a time.
Have you been told of any of the records that you broke tonight?
I don't know all of them, but I think because Coach McCraw holds one of them, and I think I got him on one. But
Nice. I mean, obviously it didn't translate to a win tonight. Just what do you think plagued you guys in the second half?
they went they had a 16-0 run at one point, and I think we kind of faded a little bit. We could see it. Coach talked about a timeout. We came back. We were kind of tired. I think we faded, and it was mostly defensively. We were just kind of all over the place. I needed better defensive discipline for sure, and it kind of came back to bite us a little bit, just allowing them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, when they're shooting the three ball that well, they have a big guy like Walters who can kind of have his way in the paint. Just how hard does it make it that that's two very different things you have to worry about?
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying, I guess, but we know scouting reports, so we kind of prepare for how they're going to play, and I think we just didn't do a good job of standing our ground against the big man. We kind of let him bully us a little bit, and then we knew that he was a shooter, and we just weren't having hands out, and we just kept letting him get a shot off. He wasn't even dribbling. He was just catch and shoot. And
it's another one of these losses where you guys have been right there for most of the game. Just, is there any confidence for you guys that this is going to turn around and you guys are going to get better in some of these late game situations?
Yeah, I think that each game we're learning. I mean, we're a young team. We're taking something away from each game in practice. We're working on something new every day just to slightly improve each time, and I think we're making progress. We just need to take another step, and we just need to solidify as a group and kind of lock in a little bit.